Walmart's future, Apple Developer Conference, Snapchat TV shows, and more. You're watching the Innovation Report highlights.
Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Najeeb and you're watching another video of the Innovation Report highlights. Now, this past week we've had some interesting developments, especially yesterday with Apple and last week with Walmart. So without waiting, let's just jump right into it. At its 47th shareholders meeting, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon outlined the future of Walmart. The future, currently as it stands right now, is doubling down on e-commerce. Walmart is creating new jobs in machine learning, mobile programming, and data scientists. And this is where the future is going, and Walmart started to realize this, and that's where they're doubling down on. At the same time, Walmart is doing a new test that is tackling one area that Amazon's gonna have a tough time to beat initially, which is the last mile delivery. If you look at retail with online e-commerce stores, the one challenge is getting to the customer from the online packaging warehouse or even the storage facility. Now, Walmart has begun trial working with their associates on staff at local retail locations to help deliver online purchases. And now this is something that's fantastic, and one challenge, of course, it proposes for larger corporations such as Amazon is because they don't have the retail staff that they can't do the personal delivery. Now, of course, one way Walmart can take it a bit step further is to not only deliver with the last mile, but also help set up. So kind of combining the elements of Best Buy with their at-home service as well as the online retail e-commerce. And that's where the future of Walmart would be, and I can foresee them thinking about it, but it hasn't come there yet. But the one thing that Walmart is doing is they're trying to double down and educate their staff to someday, what I can foresee is someday to help them with improving the last mile delivery. All right, let's talk about the Apple Developer Conference, which happened yesterday. Now, the Developer Conference is obviously targeted to developers. However, one notable exception is products that's being released which has consumer applications.
Apple Pay is the #1 contactless payment service on mobile devices. And by the end of the year, it'll be available in more than 50% of retailers here in the US. Yeah. But in addition to paying at retail, we use Apple Pay in apps, we use it in the web, and there was one final frontier we wanted to conquer, and that's Apple Pay for person-to-person payments. Now, it's super simple because it's integrated right in to Messages as an iMessage app. So you can send and receive money right in your transcript. And of course, when you send it, you authenticate securely with Touch ID. And if you receive money with iMessage, it goes in your Apple Pay cash card. And from there, well, you can send it on to friends and family if you're charitable. You can make Apple Pay purchases at retail or on the web. And of course, you can pull it out and transfer it to your bank.
So the one major shift that you can see in the Worldwide Developer Conference that Apple held yesterday was the shift towards augmented and virtual reality. And as you're starting to see more of the shift from consumer applications such as large as Apple, this is starting to take a shift in terms of the mainstream adoption of VR and AR, which is virtual reality and augmented reality. The other new product that Apple has launched is called the HomePod, which is a combination of speakers and an at-home smart assistant. Now, Apple hasn't done something like this before, and this is a head-on tackle with Amazon's Echo. In addition to releasing the iOS 11, which has a lot of notable updates, the other applications and products for the Apple suite of products have gotten an upgrade, which is including the Pencil, the iPad, and as well as the MacBooks. All right, let's talk about Snapchat and its growth, especially in regarding to video adoption. So Snapchat is obviously known for its very short micro moments in videos. However, the one area where they're trying to invest in is to create a new platform called Snapchat Shows. Now, Snapchat is working with traditional outlets such as AT&T, NBC to create new shows based on Snapchat shows. And these Snapchat shows would be 3 to 5 minutes that's going to be available to 166 million Snapchat users. Since a typical TV pilot costs millions of dollars, a Snapchat episode will cost $6,000 to $45,000. Now, if you compare those, you can easily see a tremendous difference in not only in terms of cost, but also being able to target directly to the right viewer. Let's talk about health next. How much would you actually pay to live longer? Well, the thing is, typically when you go see doctors, it's really to fix an illness. However, a new type of practice is emerging to not necessarily fix illness, but to optimize your health to begin with. Clinics such as Dr. Malus uses metabolics, genomics, microbiome, and hormone tests to judge overall health. Now, what it ends up happening is after they're able to monitor this data, what they prescribe to their patients, which is currently high executives in Silicon Valley, is direct outlines in terms of results to prescribe their food and lifestyle changes, along with Western therapies that's catered directly to patients. And with the initial assessment costing $5,000, ranging all the way up to $40,000 for the yearly fees of monitoring. Now, this presents an interesting dilemma, which is when you are able to afford that much information about your healthcare, you can tailor not only how you interact with the world around you, but also what you eat. Now, what ends up happening is with this type of practice, it allows you to optimize your health. Again, it's not necessarily focusing on the illness, but optimizing your health to help you be on your peak physical and mental and emotional state of well-being. It's kind of like having the limitless pill, but paying $40,000 to maintain and make sure it's properly regulated for your own individual self. The question is, how much would you spend to live longer versus how much would you spend to optimize your health? Would you spend 5 to 10% of your income, yearly income, to actually optimize your health? Let me know in the comments below. That's it for the Innovation Report highlights this week. If you want the full Innovation Report or a free copy of my upcoming book, click on the link below or head on over to bigcreate.com. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're new, click subscribe. And if you want to see previous Innovation Reports, click right there. That's it for the Innovation Report highlights. My name is Najeeb Khan. Again, you can find us on YouTube and iTunes every week. I'll see you next week.